Well, $15 billion in dodgy deals, and former President Jacob Zuma knowingly and willingly facilitated audacious looting at Eskom. These are some of the things that are contained in the state capture report. Last night, Eskom announced that it had its group chief executive, Ruyter, and the management met with the National Director of Public Prosecutions, Advocate Shamila, Batohi, and her top management team at the NPA head offices to discuss appropriate collaboration on state capture and other organized crime against Eskom. Advocate Mthumzi Mhaga is the spokesperson for the NPA, and he joins us now. A very good morning to you. Give us a sense of the spirit of this meeting yesterday and its outcomes. How will this collaboration be mutually beneficial in terms of both organizations' goals?
Good morning, and good morning to your viewers. Of importance is the fact that Eskom is an important stakeholder for the National Prosecuting Authority. It is on that basis that the National Director and the CEO felt that there needs to be an establishment of a working relationship, given the fact that there is the fourth report that has been released by the Zondo Commission on state capture. There is investigative work that is conducted by the Investigating Directorate, the ID, on matters that relate to Eskom. And therefore, it became important that there should be collaborative work in order to bolster the efforts of investigating and prosecuting those that are responsible for the corruption and state capture at Eskom. Because remember, the capture at Eskom and the dysfunctionality thereof of that institution threatens the economic stability and functionality of Eskom, and therefore it became important that there is collaborative work. It will be beneficial in the sense that there will be sharing of information and evidence as appropriate without compromising the independence of the NPA, in order to bolster the prospects of successful prosecuting those responsible for corruption at Eskom.
I touched a bit on the content of the report as far as Eskom at the beginning of this conversation. As for efforts at prosecuting those implicated and responsible for state capture and corruption is some of what you touched on in your note that you released yesterday. Eskom hasn't come out in good light in the report. Do you envisage a lot of work? Are you able to give us time frames in terms of prosecutions?
Look, in the coming months, there'll be one or two cases that come that relate to Eskom, seminal cases. But of importance is the fact that they have established a team of internal and external lawyers who will study the report. We will be working closely with those. And in addition to the state capture work, there's cable theft, there's damage to essential infrastructure, so we'll be collaborating with them and assisting them in that regard to ensure that there is enhancement and efficiency in the investigation and prosecution of those cases. Because remember, if you don't work with crime intelligence and law enforcement, you'll only get the runners in terms of cable theft. But if you work closely with crime intelligence, you are likely to get those that orchestrate the same crimes.
One assumes that the NPA has already done its own spade work, and there's also all the information contained in the 4 reports that have come out already. What additional information or resources do you need from Eskom in order to proceed?
Look, this will be determined by our close working relationship and collaborative work. To the extent that there needs to be additional information, we will interface with those lawyers and external and internal that they've set up as part of that collaborative team.
Yeah. So how will the collaboration be structured? Are you able to just take us into that?
Look, there will be a nodal point for the investigative directorate so that when they make requests in respect of the investigation that they are conducting, they're able to liaise with an official from Eskom in order to receive or extract any information or evidence as appropriate that they need for their investigations.
You spoke about imminent prosecutions. Are you able to take us into the details of which specific ones?
We can't do that because we'll be compromising the very potential investigation and prosecution that is imminent.
Okay, understandable. Besides Eskom, are you able to give us a status report on your overall prosecution strategy, just in terms of the state capture crimes unearthed in the report?
Look, the IT has enrolled about 20 cases in court, which involves about 65 accused persons. There are 82 investigations that have been declared. So there's work underway on state capture cases that fall within the mandate of the investigative directorate. So there's work in progress and there's work underway. There are investigations that are continuing in addition to Eskom and other SOEs.
I don't know if it's still the case, but when I spoke to you, you were saying that today you will be in court as we speak to you with regards to the VBS matter. Any updates in that regard?
There is a chief financial officer who will be appearing in addition to Charlotte Ngobeni in contravention of the Municipal Finance Management Act in respect of an investment money of about 120 million for the Collins Shabane local municipality. So those proceedings are underway.
Advocate Mhaga, thank you so much for your time this morning. Hope you can talk to us again to give us further detail on this collaboration with Eskom.
Thank you.
Advocate Mthumzi Mhaga is the spokesperson for the National Prosecuting Authority.